Could pesticides also have contributed to the decline of the common sparrow?
When we talk about a particular thing, we say pesticides. Anything which is used in abundance, naturally that would be harmful.
In 1943, India witnessed what was called the Great Bengal Famine. That led, as people say, to the Green Revolution. And अब उसके बाद अब हम self sufficient हो गए as a nation. तो ये self sufficiency में pesticides का कितना हाथ था?
पहले मैं कुछ clarify करूँगा.
जी.
1943 was the year of the Bengal famine, and in that particular year the famine occurred not because there was shortage of food, because there was abundant food in the country, but it was being diverted by the British to feed the army. The Green Revolution occurred in 1966 when India imported 18,000 tons of seed from Mexico. Then history was written because of the first year, the crop harvest in 1967 was the bumper crop harvest. The technology at that time was talking about dwarf wheats, fertilizer responsive varieties. Once you have fertilizer responsive varieties would mean a lot of biomass, and that would mean it attracts insects. So therefore they brought in pesticides. If you look back now, you realize that pesticides were not required.
चार किस्म के, पांच किस्म के, तीन किस्म के डालते हैं। फल आने का अलग है, फूल आने का अलग है, कीड़ा मरने का अलग है, हजारों किस्म के आइटम है।
पहला खा लेंदे कोई वास्ता नहीं, आराम नाल घ्यो भी चंगे, दुध भी चंगा होंदा, आ कणक भी चंगी होंदी, आ सब्जी लाउंदे, ये भी सारी चंगी मिठी होंदी। हुण मिठास किसी चीज़ नहीं, जहर हो गई है।
हर बच्चे को किसी देख लो उसको सांस की बीमारी हो गई है। आँखों को किसी की निगाह, हर आदमी की टेस्ट करवा लो, निगाह ही नहीं, किसकी निगाह नहीं है। सांस, रेशा, इतनी बीमारी बढ़ गई है कि उसका कोई हद भी नहीं है।
सर अभी मैं पूरा बठिंडा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में घूम रहा था। हाँ सर। मुझे पता चला कि बठिंडा से बीकानेर एक ट्रेन चलती है। हाँ, जिसको कैंसर ट्रेन बोलते हैं। हाँ सर, बीमारी। कितने लोग आपके गाँव से,
मतलब करीब 100 में से 100% में से करीब 50% बीमार लोग। बिल्कुल ये चार फुल पड़ा है, ये सब मरीज लोग हैं। सामने पड़ा चार, बठिंडा है, हनुमानगढ़ है, संगरिया है, पीलीबंगा है, सब आसपास के गांव, छोटे गांव के।
It has taken them 40 years to realize that pesticides were not required. Now, why didn't they stand up at that particular time when environmentalists were questioning the need to spray pesticides? They did not. They went on promoting. Today, 40 years later, they are saying pesticides are not required because farmers in the central Luzon province in Philippines, which is the rice growing area, farmers in Vietnam, farmers in Bangladesh produce higher yields of rice without using pesticides and fertilizers. Now, if that is true, why shouldn't we hold these scientists accountable for pushing in pesticides without realizing the negative impacts? Why I'm saying why I'm worried about negative impacts is, let's just take the issue of people dying from pesticide poisoning. The World Health Organization tells us that every year 20,000 people die from pesticide poisoning. Majority of this, of course, is in the developing countries. If you multiply this by 40 is the number of years of Green Revolution, that means 800,000 people have actually died from pesticide poisoning all over the world.
Give me red. Give me red! Give me red! If you're not red, you're dead.
hiciste lo sé, yo también te he querido, me olvidaste después, pero yo no he podido a sufrir por tu amor, me condenó el destino, ¿qué le vamos a hacer? Yo tenía que perder y he perdido contigo.
I think everyone has to be blamed. It's consumer demand at the end of the day which pushes sailors to provide you that type of food commodity. Consumer will want a red apple, a shiny apple, and what he will do, he will take the apple, dip it in malathion and give it to you back shiny and red. So again, consumer has to be educated. Consumer education can go a long way in mitigating this problem.
साइंटिस्ट आए पीयू से, उनसे पूछा, अभी इसने हमारे काफ़ी 20 साल बाद हमने घोंसले देखे उसके, जो उसको बारबल बोलते हैं। उन्होंने बताया भी इसको जो बर्ड महसूस करता है, जो उसका सेफ एरिया उसको वहाँ ही रहेगा, वो जहाँ आपका घोंसला बनाएगा। जब पेस्टिसाइड यूज़ करेंगे तो वहाँ से आपका घोंसला छोड़कर चला जाएगा।